for joining us today. I thought it might be fun to take you along today on our, sort of our daily plan, daily chores, sort of a day in the life, if you will, of your resident farmer. So come along with us. It's a rainy day outside, but we're going to do some chores in here. We're going to do some barn work, some cleanup, and we need to run some errands, grab some feed in town. So come along with us today and hope you enjoy the ride. Or a new layer of bedding in the stall for both the goats and the baby cows. So what we do here, and actually what we did at our farm in California, was deep bedding, and basically we just add a new layer of straw to their bedding basically for the whole winter. And as it starts to compost, it heats up and it helps to provide some extra warmth in their stall. So we're going to do that real quick. We're actually going to let everybody out in the breezeway of the barn. We have not let the goats and the baby cows out together yet. They will be grazing together, so it's kind of time to get them started and to know each other. So we're going to let them out all together in the breezeway and see how that goes. barn chores, and we got the chickens let out and taken care of, fed. I had Emma collect eggs. She loves to do that. So I am loading up some firewood. We have a big stack of firewood in the barn here that actually the previous owners left for us, so that was very awesome that we didn't have to scramble around to get firewood when we first moved here. So we've been using that. So I'm going to load up the truck with some firewood and take it up to the house. Ryan is actually getting the girls inside and getting them changed out of their work clothes because they all end up pretty wet, which is the usual case. And then I'm going to do some chores for the pigs. I need to feed and stuff. And then Ryan is going to take Emma into town and get some more pig feed. That way we don't have to go Friday when it's potentially icy or snow or whatever we end up getting. So he's going to take Emma into town while I do some schoolwork with Ella. We are actually expecting, today is Wednesday, and we're expecting rain all day today, all day tomorrow, and then tomorrow night, as soon as the sun goes down, the temperature plummets about 15 degrees, and we're expecting a pretty severe either ice or snowstorm. It looks like it's probably going to be an ice storm, and from what everybody's talking about, ice storms are pretty wicked. So I bulk up their bedding, their little huts with a little bit of extra straw. It's not too cold. It's in the 40s, mid 40s, which obviously isn't as cold as it has been, but it is wet, so I want to make sure that they're not laying on any wet bedding. Cold they can deal with, but not wet and cold, which is so today is pig feeding day. We try and feed the pigs about 3 times a week, enough to last them for the opposite days. Unfortunately, because we haven't purchased a side-by-side or a quad or anything like that yet, we are having to carry feed sacks or feed buckets out to the pigs right now. Our tractor and the farm truck can't make it because it's just too muddy. Well, some days it can. If it's nice and frozen, that's actually something that I've learned. If the ground is frozen, like hard frozen, then it's easy to drive out even if it's been raining or snowing. So that's really nice. But unfortunately, on the days when it's not hard enough or not cold enough to freeze and it's been raining like today, then we've got to do this by hand. So it's not a big deal. You know, it's farm strong, right? That's why we do this. So right now I'm taking some bags of feed out to the pigs. I'm actually... Another important part of my day or week usually is office work. Running the business usually takes at least 10, 15 hours a week of administrative tasks. We have normally online inventory to manage, orders to manage, updating the website, social media, and a big part of the time I spend is editing YouTube videos. It's a lot of content to go through. Usually I just turn the camera on and let it run while we're doing stuff, and then use that footage to break it up and make smaller bits that are more interesting. But it does take quite a bit of time during the week to get those done, and it's also a task that I cannot do when the girls are up. usually they want to be in the mix with whatever I'm doing, and trying to do office work or working on the computer is not easy with a 3.5-year-old and a 2-year-old. So usually I use their nap time to do office tasks like this, or tasks where I really need to concentrate and focus on what I'm doing in order to get it done. Now that Ella is getting a little bit bigger, she is definitely ready to start some school work type stuff. Obviously she's only 3.5, so we're not going to get too crazy about it. But we have been a couple of times a week trying to get some work done with her. Just practicing handwriting, working on her shapes and colors and numbers and letters and their sounds and all that kind of stuff. So that is a big part of our day and a big part of our week that we're trying to get, that we're getting done. So basically, we end the day the same way that we started, with feeding cows and goats and chickens. Ryan actually went out this evening to take care of the cows tonight, just because it's crappy weather out there. And I am getting the girls fed and bathed and in bed. Once they go to bed, we take that time after dinner to just relax and unwind from the day and kind of get ready to start it all again the next day. Thanks for following along with us today. I hope you enjoyed this little glimpse into a day in the life of a farmer, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was interesting to you. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. We try and make one new video every week. Of course, with 3 under 3, sometimes